Hey everyone, welcome back to our beginning fly tying series. I'm Tony, and this is Terrible Ties with Tony. Thank you so much for joining me again. If you watched our first video, you now know the essential tools you need to get started. Today we're moving on to the fun part, some basic materials that you'll actually use to tie your first flies. We're keeping this as simple and budget-friendly as possible so you don't get overwhelmed. We'll cover a bunch more about materials in upcoming videos. A big thank you to everyone who watched the tools video. I really appreciate the support as we build this series together. Let's go. Okay, so first let's talk hooks. You can't tie without them. For beginners, get a variety pack or a few basic types. Size 10 to 16 dry fly hooks for basic dry flies. Size 8 to 14 nymph or streamer hooks, versatile for many patterns. I find that if you tie your first attempts at a pattern a little bigger than you might want them to be, they will be a little bit easier to learn. It's easy to get overwhelmed here. I find it easier to match your beads and hooks if you stick with the same brand of both. I'll put a size guide in the description below so that you can match your hook size to your bead size easily. Now let's talk beads. They serve many purposes, and we can get into more on that in a later video. But to keep it simple for now, you're going to want some tungsten cyclops beads to get started. There are tons of other options out there. These will help your wet fly sink and are available in tons of colors and sizes, not to mention other materials besides tungsten. I'll explain some of those when we get to flies where that is important. Next up, tying thread. This is what holds everything together. Go with 6/0 or 8/0 thread, or if the thread you find is rated in denier, stick with 70 to 100. It's strong enough for most beginner flies, but not too thick. Black, white, tan, and olive will cover the majority of patterns you'll tie as you get going. Now for some body materials. Dubbing is one of the easiest and most useful. Dubbing in a few basic colors like black, olive, brown, or tan are perfect for beginners. It's forgiving and creates nice buggy bodies. There are tons of options out there, but I would personally start with these colors. This is a good time to point out that I keep my eye out for clearance or sale tying supplies. Never hurts to get a good deal. Hackle feathers. You'll want some saddle or neck hackle. Rooster is best. Brown and grizzly are the most versatile colors for beginners. This is where you might get a little scared when we were talking about budget. You can spend a lot of money on high quality hackle, and you will get your money out of it if you keep at tying. But if you want to look for high quality half capes, feel free, but you can also start with smaller packages to get started. Marabou is another superstar material. Super easy to work with and great for tails and bodies. Black, white, olive, and brown are all excellent starting colors. You're going to need some of this to tie things like woolly buggers, which will be one of the first ones we work on here together. Let's talk a little about wire. Lead or lead-free will be the two kinds of weighted wire you find out there. This will get used along a hook to get your flies down in the water quicker. I generally use lead-free wire because I don't think it's wise to throw lead in our rivers, but that's just me. Then we have wire for show. This comes in tons of colors and sizes, but I'd say start with the small wire in gold and silver at a minimum. Copper is fun also. And then we have some nice to have and eventually essential materials you can add as you go. Deer and elk hair for wings and heads. Feathers, of course. Like pheasant tail, you'll end up using a lot. Peacock herl, super cool and colorful for bodies. You'll need some chenille or ultra chenille. This was close to must-have list, so consider grabbing a little to start. More colors of thread and dubbing. You want to eventually add some ice dub in your collection. Gives you a little bit of sparkle sometimes. Same with flash material, like Flashaboo or Crystal Flash. You'll also eventually want some foam sheets for dry fly bodies. And another tip, buy small amounts of each material at first. Many online shops and local fly shops sell beginner material kits that pair perfectly with the toolkits we talked about last time. You can buy those in specific patterns for specific flies. Those might be a good place to get started too, so that you're not buying a ton of supplies that you may or may not need. Don't worry about getting every color under the sun right away. Start small, tie a lot, and you'll quickly learn what you use most. And that's it for our basic materials video. Next time, we'll start putting everything together with some basic tying techniques and then tie our very first simple fly step by step. Thank you again for watching. Drop a comment below and let me know which flies you want to see. Any questions about today's materials. If you haven't already, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Tight lines until next time. Now go catch some fish and let us know what you got them with.